Oh yeah, a couple pendants early. It means we're gonna have, it's gonna be a pretty rough seed for these guys, having to do a lot of crystals in the Dark World. But let's see what's going on here. All right, we get 50 rupees from Uncle. And only arrows from the Hoarder, unfortunately. Not paying off for SpootyBiscuit here. Mclagging gonna check the Uncle's chest here, and he finds the lamp!
Ooh. Very nice to get, especially this early on. It'll make dark room navigation a lot easier.
Very nicely done. Yeah, pretty much vanilla lamp there, so is this even randomized?
Yeah, that's true.
SpootyBiscuit now gonna head into the Lost Woods. We're gonna check to see what's in the mushroom spot, and of course the Forest Thieves hideout. Got a lot of interesting items to find here. Let's see what we get up here. Just a 5-bomb upgrade. And now Mclagging gonna follow SpootyBiscuit's suit here and check to see what we got. Oh, bow!
Ooh, wow, that is. Oh, you love seeing Bo early. You really, really do.
Absolutely. That is amazing to find that early on here. So that's going to mean that Eastern is going to look really nice right about now, especially with it being a crystal dungeon. So I suspect we'll be seeing that. Spooty now going to head to the south end of Kakariko. Probably stock up some bombs there over in the Sacred Grove area. It should be interesting to see where we go from here.
One thing that will be interesting is that Spooty is not going to stop off at the Uncle Cave, and there's a chance he may not after the Kakariko run. So he could have Lamp for Eastern, just to make Eastern a little easier when getting through the dark rooms, but does not know that the Lamp is actually there.
Yep, but for now he is trying to get that RNG going to pick up some bombs from Kakariko. He gets one, which is all he can really get from there. He's going to stop over probably at that shack there at the back end of Kakariko to get some more, to get some guaranteed bombs. But first, he's going to stop to see what's over the race game and the library. And let's see what we got there. Piece of heart.
Yep, just a piece of heart at the race game. And at the library, what are we going to get? Do we need the boots or not? Let's see.
Is this going to be, yeah, is this a boots required seed?
Not yet.
No, piece of heart.
Not yet. Now, there could always be an item at pedestal which will require, or which might require boots due to desert potentially being boot locked, but you will not know that yet.
We shall see there. Big 20 there in the tavern chest. SpootyBiscuit, a little bit of high five action there as they both cross each other. And Mclagging's going to stop off over at the shop and pick up some more bombs. And as I suggested, SpootyBiscuit going to stop off at the secret shack here in the back corner of Kakariko. Get some guaranteed bombs from there. And let's see what the Chicken Shack's got to hold for us here today. And since you guys apparently missed our introductions, I'm the Shades. Oh, there's the Fisher Price Shield.
And I am Slim Kirby.
There you go. All right, so the next stop for Mclagging's going to be the well. We have 5 potential items here. Hopefully we'll find something good. We're off to a really good start so far with the bow and the lamp. There's another big 20. And another big 20 from the back of the well. Still not finding anything just yet, but let's see what else we got here. 300. Hey, there we go. No. A lot of money.
My
All
gosh,
the money
yeah,
there.
definitely.
That's going to give him that pretty much gives him his Zora money for the most part. He's only 70 rupees short. That's not bad at all. Let's see if Blindside fills in that gap. SpootyBiscuit now going to be picking up all his riches as well.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Flute!
We have the flute! Very nice.
Always great to get that when you're still in Kakariko. And the mirror, too.
And the mirror. Woo! Yeah, you know what? I'm calling potential Shade Seed here. Bow, lamp, flute, and mirror within 5 minutes.
Which is guaranteed that another item will take forever to find. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a Shade Seed for you. Oh, man. Let's see if the bottle vendor's got anything. Nope, just 10 arrows.
Well, they can use 10 arrows this early. They have a brand new bow they just got, so...
Indeed, and Mclagging now activating his flute. Since we don't have the audio on his end, we won't be hearing the link to the past national anthem just yet, but we will say that, ladies and gentlemen, the goose is loose! Thank you, sir.
So yeah, in a seed like this, it's actually really nice to kind of have a clear direction of where to go, since both the bow and lamp is available early, and Eastern Palace just so happens to be a crystal dungeon. It really does kind of give you like just a straight path to where you need to go, and with this item set, they can beat Eastern no problem, so it may be a good idea just to go to Eastern right away and not even worry about the South Shore just yet.
Yeah, it may be, but we'll see. SpootyBiscuit now activating his flute. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the link to the Hyrule National Anthem there. But nonetheless, I still probably would do South Shore. I mean, it's going to be easy to get to, and in fact, Mclagging's going to flute right over there, and SpootyBiscuit literally right on him. So we're going to see what the South Shore has to offer. We've got 2 items here in the dam. We've got a piece of heart there in the chest. So let's see what draining the dam gives us.
But yeah, I guess I can understand. Maybe wait for maybe a sword upgrade or something like that too. That would make Eastern a little easier.
That makes sense.
Just a red under the dam.
Yeah, just a big 20. So now we've got the mini Moldorm Cave. Now if they're good, they could use the bow to take out the Moldorms. Though most likely they're going to be relying on bomb strats, especially Mclagging since he's got a few extra bombs to spare. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, and SpootyBiscuit indeed using his bow, very quickly clearing out those Moldorms.
Someone's been playing Link's crossbow training. That was actually a lot of good aiming right there.
Yeah, it was. A lot better than I would have done. But let's see what they've got here in the mini Moldorm Cave. We have Piece of Heart. We've got Moon Pearl. The single arrow. Big 20. And a 5-bomb upgrade. So, yeah, this race very early on now. The question is will SpootyBiscuit, he's going to flute immediately out of there. He's not even going to, is he going to just take the shortcut over to it? Nope, he's going right to Eastern.
To answer a question in chat, the bow was in the Lost Woods, and the lamp was in the Uncle Cave.
Yeah, Mclagging actually going to take a shortcut to save a little bit of time heading up to the Ice Rod Cave. This actually is a good call in my book, because the Ice Rod Cave, no matter what, is always difficult to route, even if you have the flute and boots. So get it out of the way early so that you don't forget it, because if you forget it and it has a critical item, it will haunt you. You need to be careful of those crabs there. Meanwhile, we've got a piece of heart, 10 arrows, and 5-arrow upgrade in Sir Hassela's closet. And we find another big 20 in the Ice Rod Cave. So we're going to be going into Eastern Palace without a sword. Should be interesting. SpootyBiscuit also did not get the lamp from the uncle's chest, so he is going in here having to do the dark rooms as a sequence break. Now we know that it technically won't be because we know where the lamp is, but for him, he's going to have to do it the hard way.
Ooh, and taking a death accidentally by one of the Octoroks there, so he's going to have to waste a little more time getting back. But again, like you said, he has the lamp, so the dark rooms really won't be too much of a concern, and will generally be faster for him as well.
Yeah, especially that one in the back of Eastern with the Igors. That one would be a lot easier for him to deal with as opposed to Spooty. He's going to have to play the guessing game to find them. But let's see what Eastern has to give us right off the bat. We've got Hook Shot!
Whoa! That immediately puts Death Mountain in the plate, too, because they do have the flute, so that's a lot of items on Death Mountain, and that's probably where they might want to go next after this.
I would not doubt it for a minute here, so yeah. And this is definitely getting really interesting, finding all these items early on. Again, I'm calling Shade Seed here because we're seeing a lot of early items here in the Sphere Zero area. Let's see what else we find. There's the big key. So it comes down to what item is going to be the one that trolls them if we do have a Shade Seed. Mclagging now making his way over to Eastern Palace as well, finally catching back up here. SpootyBiscuit. Oh, didn't quite get the Stalfos room he wanted. Kind of got caught off there, but let's see what he finds at the end. He gets 300 rupees. He's going to immediately check that big chest since he's got the big key already. That solves a little trouble. So we found 2 of the 3 items so far. If there's an item in his big chest, he won't have to go into the Vanilla Big Key room, and there indeed it is. So he's gonna stop not to go there. That makes his life a lot easier, because that means he can skip the Vanilla Big Key room. We know it's going to be either the map or the compass, and he can immediately go off in here and face off against the Igars and head to the Armos Knights.
Yeah, this is what makes this room difficult, is there is a bit of a setup where if you walk into the room and just move over to the right just a little bit, you can be right in front of the Igor. If you shoot a few arrows, it'll get stuck in the Igor before he starts moving. And you can kind of use that as a visual indicator, but you have to look out for all those spaghetti monsters that are in that room as well, so it makes it a little harder without a sword for sure.
Absolutely, but he gets through without any trouble whatsoever. He's on his way now to the Armos Knights. Be nice if we had found silver arrows early, but we are, you know, even with regular arrows, it's not like these Armos Knights are going to be any real concern. Using the hook shot there to get past those tentacles, and then he can just immediately switch over to the bow, take out the red Igors.
Yeah, it's not too bad, and as Spooty's demonstrating, there are a lot of arrow drops in that room too, so you get nice and stocked of arrows before the fight.
Indeed. Also, shout out to Nekobus for the Twitch Prime sub. Much appreciated, my friend. SpootyBiscuit now taking on the Armos Knights, just blazing through them real fast. Making sure he gets that last one set up. Oop, got a little bit of trouble there with that last one, but he takes him out and gets his map. And our first crystal of the run.
First crystal at only 12 minutes in. That's good, but you know, with Randomizer, you never know what the seed's gonna give you later on, so you may get one crystal early, but that next crystal might come around the 1 hour mark, so you really never know until you actually get the seed moving.
Indeed, indeed. Now SpootyBiscuit got a flute off, and as you suspected, he's heading right up to Death Mountain. Again, he's going to have to do this in the dark, but this isn't exactly a difficult dark room. You just have to watch out for that one hole there on your way to pick up the old man. The rest of it's pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say if you want to start learning dark rooms, this is probably the first one you want to learn. And then after that, probably the Eastern Palace dark rooms. And you can just kind of make your way through the easiest, most difficult. And then before long, you'll be doing Myra in the dark, too.
Oh, yeah, that's always so much fun. You're using the hook shot now to get through these dark rooms without trouble. Taking a little bit of damage from the bats. He's getting that old man out. Let's see what his escort fee is for this run. We get the Cane of Brian.
Come on, Link. He needs that cane to walk.
You
don't be that
evil
guy.
Man. Nonetheless, you know, Cane of Burna, never required, but always nice to find. Can help out in a few places, and he's immediately going to go right side. He's going to check the Paradox Cave, or as I like to call it, the New Height Cave, because quite frankly, you're a lot more likely to find stuff here as opposed to the original Height Cave.
That's right. The Hype Cave is pretty much just relocated from the last tournament, it seems like.
Pretty much so, but let's see if that holds true here. So we start a search here. We got Piece of Heart and Power Glove. Already we're proving that point.
Yeah, I'd say so. Power Glove, always a great item to get, especially when you're still looking for that Dark World access.
Yeah, Mclagging now got a fake flipper. He's heading off to Hobo and Zora. And probably also to check to see what's on Lake Hylia Island if that's required. And it's just a piece of heart there, so not a big deal. So let's see what the other half of the Paradox Cave has here. We find 5 rupees, big 20, 50 rupees, hammer,
and
blue mail. That's a hype cave if I ever call it.
I was honestly hoping, though, for a blue rupee, red rupee, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, and 300 rupees for a minute.
I would have laughed so hard if that had happened.
That was really
Heart container from the hobo. But yeah, that, you know, blue mail, power glove, and hammer from the Paradox Cave. That is amazing. That means we already have Dark World access after 1 dungeon. 5 rupees on the floating island. And he is going to take the walk of shame into the Spiral Cave.
Yeah, it's really a good feeling when you kind of go through a seed, and pretty much a normal progression. You go to Kakariko, you go to the South Shore, take a trip to Eastern, and then while you're doing all of that, you're just getting all the items you need to progress. It really does make it feel like a jet seed at that point.
Indeed. Mclagging now going to use the Moon Pearl water walking trick, finds 10 bomb upgrade, and was it the ice rod?
I think that was the ice rod, but it was a rod nonetheless. It
was definitely a rod. I could tell for that for sure. So that was a good find for him here. But yeah, to kind of go off what you were saying a minute ago, one thing I've always learned, especially in the later versions of the Logic, versions 26 and 27, is that it very much tries to be linear more often than not. You know, the items that you pick up usually tell you where to go. You know, you find certain item, you find the, like, you know, Spooty found the hook shot, so he went to Death Mountain and checked the east side, and then he gets rewarded for his following that progression. Let's see, we find Fairy in a Bottle from Zora. Not a bad find there. Not a life lesson, but not the greatest thing they could have found.
Yeah, for sure. And to kind of add on to what you're saying, yeah, it does kind of just take you in a very linear progression. Sometimes the linear progression can be a little insane, because you might get all the items for Turtle Rock, and you have to go into Turtle Rock earlier than you've expected, but that's just part of the randomizer. From what I saw there, Skull Woods and Turtle Rock are the 5 and 6 crystals, and Swamp was the green pendant.
That's what I saw as well. Mclagging now turning in Sick Kid gets the silvers!
Ooh, that's nice. That's nice.
That is a nice find for Mclagging there. That's going to make his life a little bit easier, and he's probably going to be heading up to Death Mountain now. He's going to love what he finds up here. While SpootyBiscuit, working his way into Tower of Hera, finds 300 rupees at the bottom. Not going to pick those up. He's got more than enough money for Zora and everything else, so he doesn't need it. And he's going to check. He's going to hope that this is the big key here, or else he's going to the basement. What do we find?
Basement.
Oh, we're going to the basement. And he is noping out of there.
He does not have a fire source, so that's why.
Yeah, he is locked. He works. You know, that's going to give Mclagging a chance to take an advantage. If there's any progression items in Hera, Mclagging's going to find him because he has the lamp. He has that fire source.
That's very, very true.
And Spooty is going into Spike Cave.
Is he going to have enough for this? Like, he has Brian, but, like, 5 hearts?
This is a risky play. You need a good amount of health to get through here. So hopefully he has full magic. So he must be thinking he's got enough. But this is going to be a tight call. If he pulls this off,
I think he's just going to make it.
Looks like it. Was it worth it? Just for a 5-arrow upgrade. And shout out to Sandry316 in the chat. We've got our pedestal hype index, Fire Rod, Cane of Samaria, any of the medallions, swords, and potentially boots on the pedestal.
I gotta say, I love how it's called the pedestal index. That's so great.
I love pedestal hype index. I definitely agree with that. I mean, we don't know what's on the pedestal yet, and we're probably not going to find out for a while unless we find the book anytime soon. But let's see. Spooty is now making his way into the Dark World through Kakariko. Mclagging, pick up his power glove. He's going to be heading upstairs and finding a nice couple of items up there as well. So we're off to a really good start here.
Yeah, we are. Honestly, it may look like Spooty's ahead right now, but again, like, just the fact that Mclagging has the lamp, he's going to be able to go into Hera and actually full clear it now. And also, if you just think about it, he got the silvers through a sequence break by using a fetch quest item. There's a possibility, like, if Spooty never gets a bottle, he won't have silvers.
Silverless Ganon, that could be fun. And Spooty going to take the back, heading to the midpoint of Skull Woods. He's not going in the front entrance like most of the people do. He's counting on the idea that there's items here first, and then checking the rest of it later. This is an odd strategy for this particular dungeon.
Yes, it's not a sequence break now, but Mclagging did sequence break at the time to get it, because he didn't have the gloves then.
True, yeah, and he got the ice rod out of a sequence break, but the silvers technically were not, because that he got from Zor, which he could get to. Especially now that he has the power glove, he's back in sequence for that.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
All right, so let's see what else Spooty finds here in the Skull Woods. We've got quite a few items to find here. There's two unique items we could find. Did not remember what he found in that first chest. I don't think it was anything good. It had to be a key, because I think that's what he got to open that other door. There's the big key. So he's going to immediately mirror back and check the big chest, most likely, after he goes in here. Let's see what he finds. There's a big 20. So he's only missing one. He's only missing one item. He's hoping to find something good here, and he's going to take the back way into the big chest. He's not going to bomb jump.
Yeah, with only 2 hearts, I can understand not bomb jumping, especially if you fall in the pit. That's 1 heart of damage right there. So
yeah, it makes sense. I can understand that. There's the compass.
Okay, so nothing in Skull Woods to progress.
Yeah, because I believe the only other item left is the only 2 other chests are in the actual in the back end, which he can't get to without the fire rod. He's going to check the bumper cave. Mclagging now going to head into Hera as well, and he will actually clear 300 in the bumper cave. But yeah, Mclagging's going to be able to full clear this dungeon, and if he finds any progression items, that's going to give him a huge advantage. And it looks like SpootyBiscuit is going to check the graveyard cave to see what that's hiding. Now, this is a bit out of the way because he can only check the one location. But if it pays off, then there's certainly nothing wrong with it. Essentially, this is a gamble he's taking here. And Mclagging setting up now. Gonna have his coffee break. Alright, so let's see what Spooty finds here in the graveyard cave, and he finds just a big 20, not what he was hoping for. Ooh, good call from Silent Tremor in the chat. While he's here, he can check the back end of Escape to see what that's hiding. I didn't think about that. Good call.
That is true. We have not seen Hyrule Castle yet, so there could be something in there.
But he's opting not to go for it. That's a I don't know. I think that might be a mistake. I think he forgot.
Just kind of understandable, considering a lot of these runs, by this point, you usually have the back part of Escape checked already. But all these other progression items have just kind of led our runners in much different directions and routes than what you'd normally be used to.
Indeed, indeed. SpootyBiscuit now going to check out the Village of Outcasts, see what the Sea House has to offer, and finds a piece of heart starting off. Meanwhile, Mclagging now working his way up the main area of Tower of Hera. We know there's 300 rubies, so we know there's one unique item covered. He's hoping there's something else along the way. Piece of heart in Bomble Hut, piece of heart in the big chest. That's the two items. Mclagging is done with Tower of Hera, so it looks like SpootyBiscuit may not have to worry about that location coming back.
That is true, and even though it is kind of a time sink, I almost would have considered opting just finishing since you're that far up there anyway, but, you know, it's still very early. I mean, it might not be a pedestal seed at all, but still, I always like to have my bases covered anyway whenever I'm going through a run like this.
Makes sense. SpootyBiscuit now going to head into Thieves Town, while Mclagging is going to head over to what I like to call the Prince Cave, because it's the artist formerly known as Hype Cave, as I said earlier. Let's see if this pays off for him. My odds are low on this one because we've already found a ton of good items, but I could be wrong. This is rando. You never know what you might find. And meanwhile, ooh, Titan's Mitts in Thieves Town.
Ooh, okay.
I believe that's almost vanilla too. Vanilla dungeon, if I remember correctly. But Mclagging finding absolutely nothing in the Prince Cave. As I said, it is no longer the Hype Cave it used to be. So SpootyBiscuit right now, he's going the right way at this point. Alright, so he's also found the big key and a small key, so he's going to be able to go down upstairs, take care of the rest of the items there. And thankfully, because he has the hammer, he will be able to get the big chest. So that's going to save him some time, because that big chest has trolled many a runners. I've seen it so many times.
It really has.
Even finding...
I was just gonna say, yeah. Even when like there isn't anything in that big chest, still, just having it on your mind the entire run is just always a crummy feeling.
Indeed, Mclagging now checking out the Mirror Cave here. He just got 5-bomb upgrade from old Stumpy, and there's the Fire Rod.
Ooh, okay, no Fire Rod trolls.
There goes my prediction.
Yeah. And I guess to be fair, my prediction went away a long time ago with the hammer being found. So
neither of us called it. Nobody's perfect. It's rando for you. You can never truly predict what it's going to be. So yeah, but still, that's going to give Mclagging an advantage because he's going to be able to access, when he goes to Skull Woods, he can full clear it immediately and get the crystal for it, and that's going to pay off for him in the long run. So let's see what old Alec Baldwin's hiding here as he starts the digging game. He's giving a lot of digs here. He's not finding much yet. What's it gonna be? He's running out of time. Just triple bombs. Mclagging now, he's going to check the back end of Escape. We know Spooty missed this earlier, so this could pay off for Mclagging if he finds something here. He's checking a lot of the Overworld locations first, getting those out of the way, which for version 27, you know, it's kind of iffy on whether that's a good idea, but we'll see. Big 20 for Spooty, and Mclagging finds 5-arrow upgrade, single rupee, and powder!
Oh, wow.
More of the hashtag fetch quests. Spooty now pick up the maiden. He's gonna check the big chest here. What does he find?
Kane!
Oh, someone call Phantom Ryu, because that's gotta be Kane.
So with all these items we've been getting, it's coming down to the part where it's literally just like medallions and swords are the only possible troll items we have left, but I've definitely seen and been a part of some seeds where getting sword upgrades just not very common.
Oh, very true. I still remember a seed that was conned where they didn't even they finished Ganon's tower with only fighter sword and had to find a master sword before they could even get to Ganon.
Yep, that was the one I was referring to. I think we both calmed that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that was you that was with that day. And I remember we were losing our minds over that one. SpootyBiscuit now going to do a hammer fight with Blind. Not an easy thing to do, especially with as little health as he has. He's going to have to be very careful here because he does not have that. Oh, he's going to opt to use Kane O'Brien strats. I don't blame him at all. Gets through it while Mclagging is paying off everyone's favorite extortion as Kiki the monkey heading into pod. SpootyBiscuit now getting his second crystal.
So yeah, Mclagging on the other side, opting to go to Pod instead of Thieves Town, kind of using the items that he has is kind of his reasoning for going here. Because yeah, he does have the bow, he has the lamp, and he has the hammer, the three big items you need for here. So I think this is actually a pretty good call.
It is. It is a crystal dungeon, and Pod is known to have a good amount of items, though. It'll be a while before we see them all because, as Dr. Bob Tastic likes to call it, the Mullet Mansion. All the keys are in the front end. Most of the items are in the back end, so just like any good mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back.
Definitely.
Spooty now going to pick up Jeremiah, because Jeremiah was the bullfrog and a good friend of mine. And he's going to choose the slow pig cave entrance. I'm sure somebody's going to get their resident sleepers in the chat here shortly. Let's see if this pays off. I've seen this. Oh, I still love it. The last time I mentioned the boots were down here, and they ended up being there a second time. And were you going with 3? Nope. Code red this time.
That will be his access for the silvers, though. So that is one good thing that we'll give him.
Absolutely. No, I was joking because the last time I calmed, I joked about how in a seed previous to that one, they had found the boots in the pig cave. And as soon as I said that, the runner goes in and the boots are there again.
Wow, that's good.
There's a clip of that. I'm not even kidding. I have visual record of this. All right, so SpootyBiscuit dropping off the swordsmith, getting a piece of heart for his trouble. Did not see what if Mclagging has picked up anything, but again, it's mostly keys at this point, given this type of dungeon. But with the hammer, he can skip a lot of those chests and check the back end of Pod early, which will do him a lot of good. Spooty now opting not to turn his bottle, not knowing that there's something waiting for him there with those.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Thankfully, Kakariko is a flute spot, so whenever he goes back to Kakariko, that could be like a very quick check or something.
Very true, very true. It's just I've been noticing he's been skipping a lot of like necessary things. There's the red nail for Mclagging.
Oh my God, Spooty's saying hi. Hi, Spooty.
He's gonna cost him some time though, because we know it's gonna take like 29 digs. I don't think he's gonna be able to find him in time. Ooh! Clutch just managed to get that dig out in time. That was close.
Spooty must be very well in tune with timing in this game, because first is the barely making it through Spike Cave, and then now is just barely getting the item in the last dig.
Alan, yeah, he is killing it right now. Mclagging now working his way into the back end of Pod here. He's gonna check over on the right side, get the 4 chests over here, and then he's gonna check the dark maze and the big chest. Spooty now turning in his bottle. He's gonna be happy with what he finds out of there. Picking up the sick kid's custom-made silver arrows that he worked so hard on. Let's see what else Mclagging finds. Heart container there on the right side. What's on the left? Just a piece of heart. A lot of love downstairs.
With all the hearts that Mclagging has been finding, like, this is where I would feel very, very comfortable at this point, especially with red mail. I mean, Spooty does have the blue mail, which is good to have, but only having 6 hearts, I mean, most bosses, even with blue mail, still deal, like, about a heart's worth of damage, so, low hearts is scary for Dark World.
Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you have plenty of health. SpootyBiscuit now heading into the Mirror Cave. He's going to be... If I remember correctly, no, this wasn't where it was it? Yeah. No, this was where the fire rod was, so he's going to be happy with that. Definitely going to want that because we know Turtle Rock's required. We know Skull Woods is required. Very nice to have those out of the way. Let's see what Mclagging finds. Just triple bombs in the big chest. So he's going to mirror out probably, and then from there, probably full clear pod to get his next crystal.
Answer question in chat. Ice Rod was in the Waterfall Fairy Cave.
Spooty now going to turn the purple chest here and probably going to stop over at Agata's cave too while he's at it since he's right there.
And with the Flute and Titan Smiths, it might be a good time to also kind of check out the Desert and Mire area in general.
I definitely don't disagree with that, but he's not going to go that way. He was just dropping off the purple chest. Kind of an odd choice there, but okay, whatever floats your boat. We'll see where he decides to go from there. Mclagging now going to make his way over to the Helmassar King. Hopefully he has a good run with that. And let's see, I think SpootyBiscuit's going to head over to the Prince Cave. Because he hasn't checked that yet, and he's not going to be happy with what he finds. P-Funk, that is incorrect. You do need a sword for Turtle Rock because you need a sword to activate the medallion. So yes, you do need a sword. And we're coming up on 35 minutes. We're just past 37 minutes here, and we still have not found a sword yet. How long will we go before we finally find one?
That's a good question, although I've seen so many seeds where the sword upgrades don't even appear until like around the hour mark, so they're still got some time left. They've been getting progression for a lot of other areas and dungeons, so they still have a lot of opportunities for one to kind of pop up here in the next few minutes.
Definitely makes sense. SpootyBiscuit now going to check the pyramid and probably going to also routing Catfish as well. Hopefully he'll find something there while Mclagging taking on the Helmassar King. 17 whacks with the hammer and a few shots with the bow should do it for him. And
just one shot actually with those silvers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, one shot. I forgot he got the silver, so that takes care of that problem. Mclagging now picking up his second crystal. And will he get anything else for it? Just a big 20.
Spooty is going to be getting an item that he's might be wishing he would have gotten a long time ago.
Yeah, he's finally picking up his lamp. Let's see where he does from there. And let's see where Mclagging decides to go as well, because yeah, we're still got to play a few places we haven't checked yet.
I imagine this is where Mclagging's probably going to do his pyramid check, and then probably, like you suggested, probably Catfish too. But we'll see, because Spooty did not check Catfish.
Well, he hasn't even checked pyramid yet. He's going for the dungeon area of escape.
Okay, this does make sense, because right after he does check the first part of escape, he can just mirror back and then, or portal back and then get the pyramid and Catfish then.
Yeah, I see his reasoning here. I don't see an issue with this. Let's just see what he finds here, because this has not been checked yet. So we got a couple good items still floating around here. Well, there's the other small key, so we know for a fact, because we already found the map in the sanctuary, so these are going to be items coming up. Oh, and chat points out, yeah, there's also going to be an item in the sewers, and we're going to find nothing but items. Big 20 on the pyramid, so... Let's see if I think Mclagging's going to follow in SpootyBiscuit's footsteps and head to the castle. There's the red meringue.
I seriously might start thinking about doing this routing because I really, really am fond of it right now.
It's really, you know, it's pretty efficient. And one thing I've always said about, you know, a good rando runner is efficiency is king. If you can route yourself to make it be as efficient as possible, you can overcome a lot of the trolliness of the randomizer. So I definitely can see how this could work out for them. Let's see if this pays off. SpootyBiscuit now fitting the chain guard. Gonna get his mirror ready in case, you know, once he's done here and finds just 5 rupees. Is he gonna check the back end? Yes, he is. He's going for the sewers.
It also just kind of adds value to the pyramid and catfish checks, just because you have another full location you're checking in addition to it. So, yeah, really, really fond of this. I'm really digging this right now.
Yeah, like I said, you know, just finding anytime you can reduce the number of single item locations that you have to check, the better it'll work out for you. If you can check multiple locations at the same time, it really increases the odds of getting past a lot of the trollier nature of the randomizer. And so, you know, limiting that, you know, being able to check catfish, pyramid, Zora all in one go, and along with the escape, this works out really good. So I like this routing from SpootyBiscuit, and I hope once he gets, well, he's already found the 10 arrows, so he's found all the items that we found all the items we know. There's not much here in escape, but still, you know, in another run, this could pay out big time for somebody.
Yeah, definitely, and he's going to continue on to the back end. He's going to get his powder there, from what I remember was in that.
Yeah,
location.
that hasn't been checked yet either. Mclagging now going to follow suit. He's going to mirror out when he finds those arrows in the sewers, but nonetheless, this works out really good for SpootyBiscuit. He's going to mirror out now, and he's probably going to warp back over to the pyramid if my logic is correct here. Nope. Yep, there he goes. So let's see, we're about 40 minutes in. We still need flippers because Ice Palace is required, as you know, even though they can't sequence break it, logically it's required. We still need a sword. We still have none of the medallions. We still might need boots on the off chance Ganon's Tower's big keys on the torch.
Or if there's an item on Desert Torch too.
Yeah, or if there's an item in Desert and they need the boots to get to that. So we're actually pretty good in terms of items. We don't need much, but what we need is still out there floating around. It's most likely and they've checked almost all the Overworld locations. After they check Catfish, there's not going to be much left.
Yeah, aside from like one-off locations here and there, the biggest item yield will either be in Dark Death Mountain or the Desert/Mire area at that point.
Yeah,
So,
that sounds about right to me.
And then you can get your medallion checks, so we know what we're working with medallions too. So I can see those plays being a good play for this point.
Alright, well, Spoonie's now working his way through Pod, which we've already seen. Mclagging now going to head up to Catfish. Let's see if the Catfish has something. When we get our next progression item here, getting out of the way just in case it's nothing, he can just skip out of it. And what has he got? Triple bombs. So where is Mclagging going now? Because there's really not much left to do here. I personally probably would have opted to save and quit, or at least mirror and flute out.
I think he's going to go the top route and get the Graveyard Ledge, and then probably start working on the Thieves Town and Skullwood stuff right now.
Looks like you're correct on that one. Not a bad call to make. We'll see what we know most of what he's found here. So since we pretty much are seeing similar location checks here, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you folks, if you're enjoying both SpootyBiscuit and Mclagging, please give them a follow on Twitch. These guys are working hard for your entertainment, so show them some love. Alright, so right now, Spooty making his way through pod. He's going to be picking up his red nail at the very least here shortly. He's going to be happy. He's going to be pretty happy with that. Again, never required, but always nice to find. And Spooty now, he's probably, like you said, making his way over to Thieves Town. Plus, he can also full clear Skull Woods. You know, and if there's any items in that back end of Skull Woods, he's going to be very happy with that.
It's always kind of nerve-wracking to attempt the Mothula fight without a sword, but I mean, he will have some fire out shots. He can also use the hammer too, so he's not out of options for that.
The question is, where are the sword upgrades? We've yet to find even one yet, and we're already 45 minutes in. You know, by this point, you got to be starting to wondering, where are those swords hiding? Oh, chat put up a good point. They can't even get to Mothula without a sword because they need a sword.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So, oh man, they really need to find a sword of some kind. And Mclagging's gonna head to Thieves Town. We know there isn't a sword there. So, ooh, this is tricky.
That is, yeah. I always forget about that. That's always just one thing. That's like one of the two places where you need a sword with it when it's not like for Ganon or anything. I always forget about that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Holy crud. The lack of sword is really making this tricky for them, because where else can they go? Let's see. They could go to Desert Palace because they have the flute and mirror, so they can check that out. They've already checked Tower of Hera, so that's out. They need the flippers for Swamp. Skull Woods, they need a sword to full clear. They've already checked Thieves Town. They need the flippers logically for Ice Palace. Misery Mire and Turtle Rock, they don't have... Honestly, I think the only place they could go after this is Desert.
Yeah, Desert, or again, just like the surrounding Mire area, or the Dark Death Mountain area. Oh my gosh, what if sword in the chest before Mothula, and you need that to find the other sword upgrades that are in like the Mire and Turtle Rock dungeons.
Oh, that's cruel. That is cruel. So we're almost saying right at this point the sword is our Shade Seed item. That is our troll item for this race.
Yeah, let's go with that right now.
That seems like where it's going, and that's the cruelest of things you can have. And it's how ironic that you and me commentating again, that's the troll item just like last time.
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh, and K-Dub in the chat with the ultimate troll fighter sword on pedestal.
Oh my god.
Logically, that could happen.
Yeah, that could. Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't need the sword for any of the pendant dungeons. You can use the hammer on Troll Dorm. You can use the arrows on Landmolus, and you can use the hookshot and hammer on Argus. So yeah, that is potentially possible. And now the chat trolling truly begins. I love it. SpootyBiscuit now finishing off Helmassar King, picking up his 3rd crystal. And again, I'm saying right now, this play is the Mire Desert area because that has not been checked by either runner yet, and that's the only area they really have available to them, aside from maybe Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, that looks like that will be the play. I'll see though when he gets out of here and where he decides to flute to.
He's going there.
Yep, you made that call.
It's like I knew.
I guess that is one thing. There is a possibility for Mclagging to check that last chest in Skullwoods before Mothula, since he will have the fire rod when he goes in that direction.
Couldn't quite make out what medallion was at Hera. I think that was Bombos, but I could be wrong there. Don't hold me to that. Let's see what we have. There's our fighter sword!
I really wanted to see the
I know, right? I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. Okay, chat's saying it was Ether at Mire. My mistake.
Okay.
Spooty now gonna check over here. Oh, das Boot!
What are those?
What are those?
Well, there's desert. I feel like that's the best place to get the big key to when entering from that side, just because you can get this, check the item on the way to the other 2 chests, check the 2 chests, and just mirror back.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so let's see what else we find in here. Mclagging now taking out Blind rather easily, getting his 3rd crystal. Ooh, man, what a race we found so far here. Let's see what else we find here. There's the compass. Still haven't found any progression items. Have we found any unique items in Desert at all?
I don't think so. There's the Master
Sword. Never mind!
Sword.
Master Sword! Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly is suffering from a case of what I like to call foot and mouth disease.
With what else we found, it's more like boot and mouth disease.
Fair point.
Okay, now let's just get the 3rd one here, because why not?
I was gonna laugh if that actually happened.
I would have maybe just walked out if that was the case.
Oh my god, that would have been hilarious. Oh, but nonetheless, Spooty now gonna check Agana's cave. Meanwhile, Mclagging is picking up Jeremiah, picking up his red bottle from the peg cave. Let's see if this old man's been hiding anything this whole time. Nope, just a heart container.
Master Sword, or at least Spooty's version of the Master Sword, was found in Desert Palace.
Though at this point, it's likely going to be where Mclagging goes next, because just like Spooty, he doesn't really have many other places to go. SpootyBiscuit now going to check out the King's Tomb now that he's got Das Boot. We're going to see what he finds there. Just a big 20. But this does open up a few things now. Now with that sword, they can full clear Skullwoods. So this works out for them. And Mclagging now got a trick turning the powder to the bat. Let's see what the bat gives him. Just triple bombs. He's also going to check the Bonk Cave. And just a piece of heart there. Still not finding much yet. We're still looking. They want to knock out as many of those overworld locations as they can before they go and dipping into any more dungeons. I don't blame them entirely, but it's looking more and more like Swamp Palace or Skull Woods is the play to make.
Yeah, if not just for just seeing what that last item is to get that out of the equation, and then of course it's a crystal too, and it is a Pyramid Fairy crystal too.
True, but I get the feeling the Pyramid Fairy is not going to be a big play here because the other item, the other crystal is in Turtle Rock, and you need so many items for that. There's just no.
True.
By the time you get that through, you're not going to have many items left to find.
Yeah, at that point it'd probably just be if like Pyramid Fairy had Ether or something, and Turtle Rock had a different medallion. Mclagging getting his first sword.
And indeed, SpootyBiscuit now going to head up to Skull Woods. He's going to finish that up, find out what that's hiding there, and get his 4th crystal. All right, then let's see what else let's see. He's going to blaze on through here. Oh, and I just realized Mclagging never picked up the boots.
Oh, that's yeah.
Ooh, that could hurt. Also, I just realized my volume was up a little high. I'm going to turn mine down preemptively because the loud moments are coming, and I must prepare. I enjoy bringing the hype, but I don't want to blow out anyone's eardrums. And then, oh, there we go. Mclagging now. He's going to pick up his boots.
And we have the Mothula fight now for Spooty.
Getting some good hits there with that fire rod. He's got to rely on master short straps from here on out and hope that the moth plays nice and stays away from the spikes.
Okay, actually, switching to hammer. Hammer will do a little more damage, and there we go. Mothula is down.
Fight. He gets the burrito, so that means if there is one more item left, it's in that last chest.
And Mclagging will shortly have his master sword as well, so he'll be caught up with swords.
So we find that there's the Quake medallion. So that's one medallion now, but that's not the one they need for Myers. So unless that's what's needed for Turtle Rock, that's not much.
Just means the Ether medallion is going to be in Turtle Rock, so they need the Quake medallion to open Turtle Rock.
Yep, and it looks like he's going to fake Flipper and head off to Ice Palace.
Okay. I guess this is kind of one of those scenarios where I'd almost opt to wait a little bit till I was on sequence, because if Flipper's by the logic, if Flippers is the last progression item that this seed wants, there's not going to be really anything major in here. But, you know, it's still a dungeon they can check. There could be something in there. We don't know where the Flippers are yet, so can't really say it's a bad play.
No, I can understand the logic behind this. Again, at this point, he's just trying to clear through these dungeons. Wants to get as many crystals as he can before he delves into pendant dungeons. And even then, with pendant dungeons, he can't even do many of them right now. He's already cleared out 2 of them, and the 3rd one he needs the Flippers to check. So odds are good. Yeah, he's making the right call here. He doesn't need the Flippers.
Yeah, he doesn't need them for sure. It's just one of those things where whenever you're going through a randomizer, you tend to try to overthink things a little bit, trying to think, okay, where does this seed want me to go? What should I have by this point? And it's just a lot of meta thinking goes into it.
Definitely. I've done that quite a few times myself doing rando. Spooty having a little trouble there in that bomb room, but he gets through. Mclagging going to opt to bomb jump for the big chest. Not going to find much. Again, we know that the only things he's going to find is the Quake medallion in the one chest, which we know he's going to take a while to get to, unfortunately. So let's see what Spooty finds here in Ice Palace, if anything. I'd say the most we're going to find here is more potential sword upgrades. That's it. And actually, at this point, thinking about it, since at this point the Flippers are likely not going to be necessary thanks to sequence breaking, we're just a medallion away from go mode.
That's true, yeah. We still don't know what Bombos is going to come into play or not, because we don't know what Turtle Rock Medallion is yet. But yeah, like, we are very close to go mode for sure.
There's the Bloomerang. Not bad. All right, there's the compass. Still not finding much yet, but that's what we suspected. Bastos, I agree with you hard.
Ether!
There's the Ether medallion!
Okay, so that means since Ether was there, like, we know that Flippers are not going to be in Mire, so we can cross that off the list.
Yeah.
For Flippers, anyway.
So right now, it all comes down to what is needed for Turtle Rock. If it's Ether or Quake, they are currently in go mode. If it is Bombos, then we are only a Bombos medallion away from go mode.
Yeah.
That is amazing. An hour in, and we're only 1 item away from go mode. This is, for a Shade Seed, this is rather quick.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe that's the troll, is that we were expecting a Shade Seed, but it ended up being a very...
It's just a fast... It was a fast Shade Seed, to be fair. Because there's no one item trolling them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I think Steve A and a Brew says right, a Shade Jet Seed. Oh wow.
Okay, Mclagging gets his Quake medallion now.
Spooty now got to stock up some magic, make sure he's got enough for Cold Stare. Don't blame him, got to be ready for that. I'm gonna laugh if Bombos is in Dark Death Mountain and that's all they haven't checked yet.
I mean, yeah, it could be there for sure.
All right, Spooty getting through on Cold Stare here, gets past the Ice Shell. He's going to use Hammer Strash to take on the Puff Balls. Not having too much trouble. He's just got to be a little careful here, but he's got Red Mail, so he's in good shape. See that last one. Oop, careful. He's opting these. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Mclagging heading up to Death Mountain. I think he's going to be the one to check.
I do like this. But...
Mushroom!
Fire Krillin, we'll find out very shortly, because we need to see what the medallion is for Turtle Rock before we can pinpoint how close we are to go mode.
Yeah, if it is Quake or Ether, SpootyBiscuit is already in go mode. But if it is...
until he picks up that Ice Rod, he's not. But
oh, that's a fair point. He still needs to pick up Ice Rod from the Waterfall Cave. Okay. So, yeah, we just need to know what is needed here. Well, Mclagging is going to check the Super Money Cave, while Spooty is going to make the play on Misery Mire. I don't blame him here. He can full clear it now and get it done and over with. And who knows? Maybe he'll find Bombos in here and truly be one step away. Let's see, 2 heart containers in the Super Bunny Cave. A lot of love there.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Also, shout out to Julian Berlin for the $4.99 sub. Much appreciated. Support is always welcome.
Okay, Hookshot Cave. We got a red rupee, $20.
Yep, let's see what we find there. 10 arrows. We've got 5 arrow upgrade. And 5 bomb upgrade, so not much there. And he's going to go check Turtle Rock. This is a moment of truth, folks. What is it?
Quake!
It's Quake!
Okay, so... yeah, Mclagging opting to go in here. He has all he needs to complete it, so I think that'd be a good call.
So Mclagging only needs to go into Ice Palace, and he will be in go mode because he will get his Ether Medallion while he's there. And Spooty only needs to do is go to the Waterfall of Wishing, and he will be in go mode with the Ice Rod. We are 1 item away from go mode on either side.
Yep, Ether on one, Ice Rod on the other, and the funny thing is, both of those items are technically flipper locked by the logic.
What are the odds of that? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are in commentators go mode at this point.
Yeah, so that's interesting how that played out.
So that begs the question, where are the flippers? We know they can't be in Mire or Turtle Rock because technically both of those are locked.
Well, they can be in Turtle Rock still. They just can't be in
no, because you need the ice. Well,
just for trying.
I guess that's true. That's true. Oh, if the flippers are in Turtle Rock, logically force double dip.
Yeah.
Obviously, they won't need to double dip, but the technical force double dip into Turtle Rock, that would be cruel.
Well, the thing is, if Spooty doesn't check Waterfall Fairy, he might be double dipping it. I can imagine he might be thinking about that though. He did fake flipper to Ice Palace, so he's got to go back and check those locations at some point.
Most likely. We'll see what Mclagging finds here. There's the big key and the small key, so he's going to go deep in to find it. Oh, and the chat pulling out the big troll flippers on Laser Bridge.
If there's one location in Turtle Rock where items are going to be forcing a double dip, it would be that location. Always seems to be.
So at this point, I would say because of the unlikeliness of SpootyBiscuit checking that waterfall and getting the ice rod, I'd give the advantage slightly to Mclagging right now. He's got, he's going to go to Ice Palace eventually, and he's going to get that Ether Medallion. But we don't know when Spooty's going to check the ice rod, check that waterfall and get his ice rod. Once he gets that, he'll be good. But the longer he goes without that, the more of a lead Mclagging takes.
Yeah, I'd definitely say I would agree with that for sure. Mclagging, I think, definitely has the more valuable items since you actually need it to kill a boss. And Ice Palace, like that's a place you're going to check. So he's probably going to more than likely find the Ether Medallion before Spooty finds the Ice Rod.
Yeah, but to be fair, the advantage is not super great. If SpootyBiscuit does decide to eventually check that waterfall, he will get that Ice Rod. He'll be in go mode. And the dungeons he's got left to complete, he'll only have to rock. Oh, that's true.
Left. Oh, yeah, he only does. So he has to go to that fairy cave very, very soon.
Yeah. Which, again, begs, at this point, it's almost certain because we checked all the Overworld locations. It's almost a guarantee that the flippers are in Turtle Rock.
I'm trying to think if there's any other locations that we just haven't seen yet that I just can't think of what it would be.
Oh, and Spooty making up for missing the bird toss earlier gave it to us before he left. I love that.
Post-dungeon bird toss. I like it.
Yeah. I will take... You know what? I'll take that, chat. Chat, I'm sure you guys will take that, And he's heading up to the Ice Rod Cave. He hasn't checked that yet. He's checking all his over... He wants to avoid going to Turtle Rock if he can help it. And in this case, this actually works in his favor since he has not found it. Since we know the only item he needs is not in Turtle Rock.
And he is very close to the fake flipper location too, so there's a possibility he might go to Zora. Oh no, he's getting the flute. He could be fluting down there too. I don't know.
He could flute. Well, no, he needs to use fake flipper. We'll see. Let's see what he does. He's thinking about it. He's going to the mushroom spot. He's going to turn in the mushroom. We know this isn't going to hold anything of significance. At best, this will hold. Oh, and it looks like Mclagging just picked up Tempered Sword from the Minute Cave.
That's nice.
Got his Cheeto Sword. 50 rupees from the mushroom, but he decides to opt to pick up a blue potion just to be safe. So Mclagging now is going to be having a slight advantage here, but... Ooh, this is interesting now. Yeah, he's trying to think... Well, is he thinking it?
He's going to go for it.
This could be Spooty's chance to take the lead here. If he fake flippers and goes up to the Waterfall of Wishing, he's gonna take this game. Because Mclagging still has 2 dungeons left to complete. SpootyBiscuit only has 1, and he'll be able to go mode Turtle Rock, which not a huge thing to go mode, but still significant.
Yeah, at this point, I'd say that Turtle Rock in go mode is, even if it's long, it's still faster than doing half of Ice Palace in go mode and Mire go mode, because you just don't know when the big key in Mire is going to be, and you still have to go through quite a bit of Ice Palace to find where the Ether Medallion is.
Yep, and with this, ladies and gentlemen, SpootyBiscuit has officially entered go mode.
Woo! Flippers!
And the flippers on the laser bench! Jack called it! Oh, that is beautiful. So SpootyBiscuit's going to rush over to Turtle Rock. Again, it's not the fastest dungeon to go mode, but also bear in mind that SpootyBiscuit will be right there to go to Ganon's Tower immediately following this, so this works out immensely in his favor.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, for sure. I think, honestly, what helped them is just, like, throughout it, like, Mclagging did check a lot of Overworld, which did kind of help him at the beginning, but Spooty has just been focused on dungeons, which is generally what you want to do with this version of the logic, and that's just helped them because, yeah, they were both 1 item away from go mode, and it just came down to yeah, he had less dungeons to clear out, so that's really going to help him here.
And I just realized, Ether for Meyer, Quake for Turtle Rock. Is this even randomized?
Oh, nah. It was vanilla the whole time. We just didn't realize.
Both required medallions vanilla. That's unusual. Mclagging now finishing off the first phase of Try Next with that new Tempered Sword he just picked up. He's going to be having an easier time defeating it. And I just realized another thing.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to be picking up that Tempered Sword because that was at Mimic Cave. He's not going to check that in Go mode.
Ooh, that's true.
So he has to hope he finds a Tempered Sword and finds another sword upgrade in Ganon's Tower if he wants to get through this without too much trouble.
Even then, these runners, I imagine, are very comfortable with Master Sword, Silver, Ganon fight. And honestly, like, it's not too much longer, especially if you know, like, the best way to execute the spin strats. So I think at this point, Spooty should still... That shouldn't be a major determining factor.
No, this isn't like he's going to have to do Master Sword Silverless Ganon. Then he'd probably be in trouble, but...
Yeah, that would be a different story altogether.
Yeah, but he's going to, Master Sword Silver Ganon is going to be decent, but it's just going to be a little bit trickier as opposed to Tempered Sword.
Mm-hmm. Mclagging is going ice right now, so he is going to pick up the Ether Medallion. He's going to be in Go mode very, very shortly as well.
Yep, that's working out for him. Spooty overshot the platform there.
And we saw Spooty, like, he was on the flute menu thinking about where exactly he wanted to go. If he wanted to make the gamble on Turtle Rock or not. Like, he's going to be thankful he did not make that gamble.
Yeah, because he would have found those flippers and he would have realized that he missed the ice rod, and that could have made the difference.
Really, it really would have.
Like, normally I say, this is where the runner who's behind made a lot of mistakes, but truth be told, Mclagging didn't make any major mistakes. It's more that Spooty just routed himself just that much more efficiently that it worked out in the end. Yeah,
I would agree with that completely.
Because, like, normally when a runner is this far behind having to complete 2 cold dungeons, it's because they've done something just completely ridiculous and just threw themselves way off track. But Mclagging, truth be told, he did everything if any other runner would have done the same kind of routing he did. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, there were way more overworld checks, which I think it did help him through the sea, because Spooty had a lot of boss fights with only like 5 or 6 hearts. So he definitely had like a safer kit to work with, I guess you could say. But yeah, just Spooty sticking straight to dungeons, I think, really, really helped. By the time they were both one item away, he had 1 dungeon left, while Mclagging had 3. At that point, it was just once he found the item, he was good to go.
And indeed, SpootyBiscuit not checking the Mimic Cave, so he will not have Tempered Sword. But again, given that we've checked pretty much everywhere else, it's almost certain that there's going to be a sword upgrade in Ganon's Tower. So I really don't blame him for not going out of his way for that. All right, so Mclagging now gets his Ether Medallion. He is officially in Go mode. He's probably very happy to see that now. He knows he doesn't have to check anything else. And Spooty now working his way through the dark room here. Spooty now just needs to find 1 key on the laser bridge. There's the flippers. He's probably thinking, oh, so He's probably like, oh, glad I found these now and I don't need them anymore.
Yeah, I dodged a bullet there.
Yeah. Like, you can just picture in their heads, they're like, so they wanted me to double dip Turtle Rock? Are you crazy? Especially since you had to go all the way to the laser bridge before you exited out. That's ridiculous.
And honestly, even if you play this seed like you would, like a version 26 or 27 seed, if you go to Turtle Rock, find the flippers, you will be honestly tempted to go to Ice Palace, you'll find the Ether Medallion, then you'll probably go to Mire before you even think about Waterfall Fairy, so in a sense, I guess that's a little trolly, I suppose.
Yeah, it's just that we've got runners good enough that they don't need to do that, so this worked out for them in the long run.
Exactly.
And SpootyBiscuit finishing off Trinex using the hammer strats. Takes him out, is getting his final crystal now, folks. You guys do know what time it is. Time to get your guesses in chat, folks. There are 22 possible locations inside of Ganon's Tower where the big key could be hiding. If you are a subscriber or have cheered 250 bits more to any of our 4-speed gaming channels, you can participate in our big key guessing game and get your name on the leaderboards. Slim, where do you think that big key's hiding?
I'm gonna have to go with my traditional selection of at 8.
Okay then. For me, I've always said I go specific locations more than numbers. I'm gonna go random room bottom left chest.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Spooty gonna clear the hookshot cave first though before he heads down in that direction.
Makes sense. It's on the way, and if there's anything good there, if he gets another sword upgrade along the way, pays off for him. Obviously, we knew it wouldn't be, but he didn't know that.
Yeah, I think that's probably his mindset here. He's going to be checking some chests along the way. He may not opt to go into like extra rooms in here, but I can see him checking all of the top floor chests for sure. Because it's not much of a difference, but I think having Tempered does make the Ganon fight more comfortable if you have it. Even if you can't do a Master Sword.
Alright, let's get this underway here. He's entered Ganon's Tower. Let's see what we find. First chest, Magic Cape. Chest number 2, Piece of Heart. So we're going to have to go left side.
Was Bumper Cave even checked in this run?
Yes, there was nothing there.
Okay.
And there's our sword on Bob's torch.
Oh, Bob had it.
Rip Bob. Did I call it earlier? I said there was going to be another sword upgrade in Ganon's Tower. Also, thank you to Dodge93 for the $4.99 resub. Much appreciated. All right, chest number 4, small key. Number 5, small key. Number 6, big 20. Number 7, literacy. Well, we know that's useless today.
Yeah, it could be where the Butter Sword is, though. Butter Sword could be on pedestal.
No, because we already checked everything else. We know where that is the Butter Sword from Mclagging.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad.
All right, number 8, here's your call. Red Shield. Mclagging now going to make his way up to Ganon's Tower, so he'll be getting his Butter Sword before long. All right, number 9, 50 rupees. It's starting to, my guess is starting to look really good right now. So we're coming up in the rando room. I said bottom left chest.
And Mclagging got Dead Rock blocked on the way up Death Mountain, unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, shout out to General McFist for the Twitch Prime resub. Much appreciated, my friend. All right, number 10, Bombos. Number 11, Heart Container. Number 12. I was off by 2.
Ooh.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Gweg Games for correctly guessing the number 12 is our big key location. Hey, I'll take I was close. I at least said rando room, but yeah, I once again did not guess the right one.
Oh well, there's always next time.
There's always, yeah, there's always next time for me to guess it wrong again. I've yet to get it right.
So I'm trying to think. It's been a while since we were here, obviously, but like the big key was on Desert Torch, but was there a small key in the big chest? Do you remember?
Yes, there was.
Okay, so technically, 2 of the sword upgrades were boot locked. When you think about it, because there was one on the torch, and then one you needed the small key in Desert to get the other one.
Yep. Speaking of which, Mclagging now picking up his butter sword. Truth be told, yeah, and here's how funny this is. Look, how, when you think about it, Mclagging is not super far behind. Like I said, he did not, his routing threw him off, and Spooty took the lead because he did some better choices going into dungeons first, but it wasn't like Mclagging was super behind here.
Yeah, definitely not. Like I said in chat earlier, all of Mclagging's overworld checks were good. He got a lot of important items before Spooty did. It's just that the organization of Spooty's routing was very efficient. He was clearing dungeons and doing an overworld very sequentially, and because of that, that's kind of what led to his lead right here, I'd say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like, it's one thing I've always said is that when I said this earlier, efficient routing can often pay off and get past some of the trolling of these seeds, and Spooty proved that by doing the routing he did. And it also comes down to what gambles do you make and which ones pay off. But with the efficient routing Spooty did, he didn't have to make as many big gambles, and the ones he did paid off for him.
Definitely. We are going to see a few extra chests, though. Mclagging is checking out the right side of Ganon's tower, so we'll see a few more items.
That's actually going to cost him, unfortunately, because we know there's nothing over there. The logic was telling you to go left side, and he's ignoring it, and that's going to cost him at least a little time. Won't be much, but at this point, every second he's farther behind, the more Spooty's got a chance to win this.
He does get half magic. It's not going to make a huge difference, but he has half magic.
Yeah, that's true. And Spooty's not going to check those chests up there. The question is, will he check the last chest? And as chat points out, Spooty did pick up that blue potion from the potion shop earlier, so what little advantage Mclagging gets for half magic is kind of nullified by that.
That's very true.
And final chest, 5-bomb upgrade.
Okay, let's see how the Aga fight's gonna go.
Not a very good start there. Got at least one hit at lit, though. He is not having much luck there, only getting 1 hit each.
Yeah, but like you said, these are some very awkward patterns, and Mclagging's going to get the same patterns when he does this fight as well, so...
Yeah, but nonetheless, he gets through, takes down Agam 2, and now it's time for the Big Pig. And just as SpootyBiscuit heads off to face Ganon, Mclagging gets his big key, and he is heading up the tower. Trying to get as many hits as he can in there. Just thinking about using cape there. He's got to be careful. He's running a little low on health. I think he's going to wait to...
Ooh, that was close, though.
Yeah, but he got his health down enough so that he could maximize the use of his blue potion right before the final phase. Very good setup there for Spooty. All right, sets up the torch glitch. Go with that. Ooh, nice triple!
Solid triple to close this out.
And he enters the room and finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 38 seconds. Congratulations, Spooty. Nicely done. And we have SpootyBiscuit joining us here in the channel. Spooty, congratulations. What a run.
Yeah, thanks.
How did you feel about that seed, man?
It was pretty solid. Although I predicted those flippers in Turtle Rock like way before they actually popped up. When I fake flipper into ice and I had ether and then Meyer had nothing, I'm like, okay, the flippers are probably in Turtle Rock. And given, you know, how this game likes to play, the ice rod's probably locked behind flippers too. So let's go fake flipper to waterfall. And it worked out pretty nicely.
Yeah, actually, Mclagging had picked up the ice rod very early on, and we were saying like that was the only thing you needed to do, and we were really glad when you decided to do that fake flipper. Like you were able to get in go mode pretty early. That worked out really well for you on that one, and we were saying the same thing, like because at that point Mclagging was already going through Turtle Rock, and he literally got the flippers right as you hit go mode.
Yeah, and we also saw right before you fluted to the fake flipper location, we saw you on that map, kind of like deciding, like, should I go to 1 or 8? Which one? But yeah, picking 8 was the right call.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's always the ice rod is just such a tricky little bugger to deal with, because it's like, you know, with Turtle Rock having 5 items and it being the only place where you actually need it, you know, you're always like, well, there's a good chance it's in one of those 5 items. Well, 6 if you include Mimic Cave. So, you know, so many seeds come down to just making that camel, and it's a little annoying, but you know, in this case, at least it worked out in my favor.
Yeah, speaking of the Mimic Cave, had you actually decided to go in there, you would have had Butter Sword like Mclagging does, because that's where the last sword upgrade was.
Oh, of course, of course.
One very interesting thing, and we'll probably go over this when Mclagging gets in here, if he gets in here. Both of you, your go mode items were flipper blocked, because Mclagging's go mode item was the Ether Medallion and Ice Palace, so you both literally had to fake flipper to get your go mode item, unless if you didn't, you'd have to pretty much double dip Turtle Rock.
And you know, you never want to double dip that thing.
No.
Yeah,
Also,
definitely
we should note that Mclagging did check the 2 chests there in the Helmet Star room, and that's where the riot shield was hiding. So he is fully geared up here. Honestly, like, the one thing I can say is that, you know, you guys both had a really good run. This was not about making any crucial mistakes. The worst mistake Mclagging made was literally at Ganon's Tower when he decided to not go full left side and even and decided to go right side instead. But other than that, you know, all it was just small little things on overworld checks that cost him the race. That's a really good run for both you guys.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest mistake was missing bird toss the first time around and having to go back out and redo it.
We saw that. Yeah, you did all of the fun validation checks, as the chat likes to say. You know, do it. You got the single arrow. You did the bird toss. You checked the final chest, and you even said hi in the digging game.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was fun.
Yeah, like I said, after my race against Avenitis, at this point the group stage is kind of, you know, a formality. Andy and Zadox absolutely crushed our group and we're already guaranteed to advance. So, you know, just kind of figured I'd, you know, hang loose and take it easy. You know, have fun with these. So, you know, I hope it was entertaining for everyone.
Oh, it absolutely was. And on top of that, one thing I've always said is that when you're relaxed, you tend to, you tend not to do those panicky strats that oftentimes cost you the race. So I think for you, being able to play this so calmly made it that much easier for you to make the right calls, which worked out for you. Also, shout out to Homeskill7 for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, sir. And Mclagging now working on his Ganon fight. He's going to be doing this with Butter Sword, so he's going to have a slightly easier time here. Though obviously it's a little too late, but still. Also, our buddy Cyclone in the chat has a clip of you saying hi in the digging game and then turning around and clutching out, because we knew that the digging game was 29 digs to find those triple bombs. So when you were wasting time saying hi, we were like, oh, is he going to be able to get those bombs in time?
Yeah, it was a little close. I got a little nervous when it was, when the item count was, obviously something really high.
Ooh, that was really close. Mclagging was, like, really close to the edge right there.
Yeah. Also, I got to give you compliments for that nice triple arrow shot there at the end. That just blew it out of the water. It's been a while since I've seen a shot like that.
In my match against Avenitis the other day, it was actually the first time I got the triple, and now I do it 2 races in a row.
Okay, Mclagging finishes up his run now.
Yep, and he enters the room and finishes with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 2 seconds. Only a 7-minute difference. Not too bad, all things considered.
Yeah, definitely not. Solid runs by both runners for sure. Routing on points, avoiding all potential double dips. Well, I guess technically Skullwoods was double dip, but even then, Skullwoods is such a routine check anyway that it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's one of those few places that double dipping doesn't really hurt you that badly. It's not like it's double dipping Turtle Rock like the logic was trying to get you guys to do.
Yeah.
So what were you thinking when you found the boots in desert right before you needed it for Master Sword?
I was a little nervous about it because it's one of those things where like on my mind I try to think about like what shows up early in the Sphere Zero locations and what it leads access to, and try to prioritize those. And Flute and Mirror immediately at first made me thought Hera, because I wasn't finding glove upgrades, so like that seemed to be the way up to Tower of Hera. And I did, eventually find the gloves over on the right side of Death Mountain, but yeah, as soon as I found those boots, I'm like, oh, Flute and Mirror, plus Mitts, also gives you boots. I probably should have been thinking about that earlier, but yeah, thankfully it wasn't. I don't think I got it too late, but it was something I was a little nervous about. But finding the boots is always nice.
Yeah, I just realized that was Mclagging's one critical mistake, because you didn't full clear Tower of Hera. He did, because you didn't have the lamp at the time. So you opted to skip it once you realized it was lamp locked. But he had the lamp going in because he found that very early on. So he went and full cleared that.
Oh, yeah, and that was a basement required, so that would have been rough on the time loss.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Neither did I,
Yeah.
but that's what inevitably cost him, was that one check. It's such a small thing, but considering how close you guys actually were, that made the difference. So yeah, if for you, not getting the lamp right away actually gave you the race. What are the odds of that?
Wow. Yeah, it was just also like a really fun seed to watch how it was like pushing you like through the logic. 'Cause at first it seemed like no matter what, you always got an item that pushed you in one direction. You got the bow and technically lamp early, so it's like, well, let's get Eastern taken care of, and then you had the flute by some points. Like, okay, let's go to Death Mountain. Just was very linear at the very beginning.
All right, so I don't really think there's much else to bring up, because this was a pretty solid seed. There really wasn't any major trollage here. There wasn't any major things to deal with here, but definitely, again, GG to you, Spooty. That was really well done.
Yeah, yeah, just a couple of quick words I want to say, since this is going to be my last time up on the stage for this tournament, so to speak. Like, I'm originally like a roguelike speedrunner, Necrodancer specifically, and, a lot of the fun I have with that is, with racing that is just in the whole, how it requires players to kind of think on their feet, route on the fly, deal with, unusual situations concerning equipment and such. And I'm so grateful to the randomizer development community and the tournament organization community for putting this together, making this a thing, and kind of bringing that fun of, like thinking on your feet and on the fly over to other games that, Link to the Past is something that was a big part of my childhood, and I'm really glad it's, getting that kind of refreshing little, boost. Had a ton of fun in this tournament, and I'm gonna have a ton of fun watching the bracket stage play out. So thanks for having me, everyone.
Hey, thank you. Glad to get to go on a big note here, definitely. And make sure you folks at home, if you guys enjoyed both of our runners, give SpootyBiscuit and Mclagging a follow on Twitch. Mclagging now in the chat saying hi as well. And also make sure you give a shout out to our tracker, Sabotender. Did a fantastic job tracking for us here. And of course, myself and my co-commentator, Slim Kirby. Give us all a follow, show some love, and make sure you also give a follow to all of our speed gaming channels for our main tournament, and give some love to our secondary tournament over on ALTTPR Randomizer 1 through 4. It may be the secondary tournament, but those runners are equally as good. A lot of our bigger runners are there as well, so definitely don't discount them at all. Give them some love. And make sure you continue following all of our stuff here. It's been a lot of fun doing this for you guys. And, of course, shout out to our main man, Feasel, for putting all this together. He is an awesome dude. All of this is for you guys, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Slim, any last words before we sign off?
No, you covered a lot. One thing I will say, just to let the viewers know, there is more randomizer later today, tonight. At 8 p.m., we have the ACMLM versus Elemenster RTA match on Speed Gaming 2. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then at 11 p.m. Eastern, we have the three-way tiebreaker between Ack the Boker, Penguin Puff, and Mr. Barry Bonds. That's going to be on Speed Gaming at 11 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to check out those matches, they should be very, very hyped. So please do. And yeah, again, thanks to everybody for making all these matches possible. Feasel, all the trackers, all the commentators, and just even you guys for coming to watch these. These are always fun to put on, and they're always fun to watch as well. So that's all I have to say.
All right, appreciate it, my friend. Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you guys do what he suggests, and keep your eyes peeled here for all the races we've got here tonight. Thank you guys so much. And as I always like to say, rock on, guys.
Rock on.